Welcome back to the vlog, everyone. Today I am in Boise, Idaho, and I've rented a gravel bike, so I'm going to check out some local roads and hopefully hit up some fire roads and trails as well. I don't have a ton of time to ride, but I'll show you what's good here and describe what my trip to Idaho has been like so far. Here she is, Purple People Eater. Not the perfect fit for me, but I've got the right saddle height, I've got my pedals on it, and it's comfortable enough. It's actually extremely comfortable for riding around on the streets. And the neighborhoods seem like they're very nice for cycling. A lot of two-way stop signs, so if you're on the right street, you can buzz right through. Where I'm from, there's mostly four ways, so I have to be aware of that. Sometimes you stop and you assume that someone else coming the other way is going to stop. Here, that's not the case, but the neighborhoods are super pretty. The climate here is kind of an arid, almost desert-like climate with tree-lined mountains up above. But the town itself has a green belt and is just extremely tree-lined. So it's very interesting, kind of a desert area, but like a very green city area. And the neighborhoods are clean and beautiful, and people are so far pretty respectful towards cyclists. So pre-ride, I'm going to eat these 2 bananas, and then I'm going to take a Cliff Bar and some salted blocks with me. I don't think I'm going to go too far today, but it's always good to have a snack just in case. I'm having normal water as well, so the salted blocks replace electrolytes if you're not taking an electrolyte drink. So it didn't take long to find a climb. It was very neighborhoody. Lots of beautiful trees, but definitely all houses along the way. I think it's called Highland View. It's interesting because there's beautiful forest, but when you get a view of the nearby mountains, it's arid desert. So anyway, enjoying it, having fun, but trying to find this dirt road we found on the first day when we were sleep deprived, having got up at 3 a.m., taking the baby on its first flight, and found a cool road that had a turnaround at the dirt. I was thinking, ooh, if I get a mountain bike or a gravel bike, that's where I want to go. So we'll see if I can find that. I know there's a lot of good road riding, lots of gravel, and a huge amount of mountain biking. I've heard 200 miles of trails for mountain biking in and around the city. So this place is definitely a cycling gem. One way to know that that's true is when you find pumps that are nailed down next to park benches with a rack of tools bolted to a stand. You know you're in a cycling paradise. Feels like we're at the top of this hill. It was maybe a mile and a half or 2. Solid hill, good workout. All neighborhoods, but great vistas, some of the city. And here you see we have mountains. They get to pretty high altitude and are covered in trees. And just like that, looks like we found a nice fire road. It looks like this is where it's kicking up and getting steep. And I think this might be the road I was looking for, just kind of halfway up. I'm gonna ride down it. If I can't get back to town, I'll just turn around and come back up it and take the climb I just did back, get in a little 2 short climbs. But if I can get back to town, well, I might come up it anyway. But it's good to know that the top of this hill leads to some fun little dirt. Let's see how it goes. And sure enough, that was the road I was looking for. Back on the pavement, really nice. There's probably a little creek here because there's suddenly a ton of trees and the fall color is happening a little bit too. Yeah, it wasn't that much of a drop, so maybe this road drops a little bit more than I remember. The climb was significant enough, at least 10 minutes. Definitely will probably climb back up it. This is a sweet spot. A little washboardy, but this gravel bike has big tires and is really comfortable. So I was digging, hitting the dirt. And the downhill has taken me to the Boise Co-op, which is where we've been doing our grocery shopping. Really nice place for fine food and drink. Lots of awareness of cycling around here. Seems like this is what it's all about around here. Oh yeah, gravel time. Question is, a little bit washboardy, but there's some pretty smooth spots. Would I ride my road bike up this and descend the pavement? one thing to be aware of is these goat heads. And I got one in my tire at the beginning of the ride, or maybe it came from the shop that way, but fortunately the setup I have is tubeless and there was sealant, so by instinct I pulled it out, which maybe I should have just left it in, but it started to hiss and then the sealant sealed it right up. So far the tire's holding pressure, but beware of the goat heads, especially if you're using tubes and don't have lots of spares. It is a stark yet beautiful desert around here. Looks like a lot of nice homes up in these hills. Well, this is just about one of the fanciest water fountains I've seen in America. And this little square here has an outdoor chess table. How cool is that? I think the answer is yes, I'd ride my road bike up that, but I wouldn't make a habit of it. It's got some smooth spots, but then also some dusty, shaly spots, but it was really awesome on this rig. And one thing I'll say is there was plenty of cars. There might be some houses that you can only access via dirt, but for a dirt road in a place that's not too busy, even on the paved roads, there was like 6 or 7 cars in a short stretch. So that kicked up some dust a little bit, but it was a fun experience, and I'm having a really good time warming down in the neighborhoods. I just went through the Hyde Park area, which is super cool.